Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. This pattern tutorial is for the smaller size basket of the essential oils basket I have for you in the large. The large size is linked down below if you want to go ahead and make that size too, but this again is for the smaller size today. Again, there's no written pattern for these. If you'd like to jot it down instead of follow along, just pause the video and take your own notes so you have a written pattern for yourself. But again, it's super easy to just follow along and create these as you watch the video. They go by super fast. So let's get started. Today you are going to need a K-hook and any category 6 super bulky yarn. So grab your K-hook and your yarn, and to get started you just go ahead and make a magic ring or a magic circle. If you're not familiar with how to do that, that's also in the comment section where I'll link down below and get you started on how to do a magic ring. Basically you just fold over, stick your hook in, and you're going to pull up your yarn. From there you're going to go ahead and chain 1 to get it started and single crochet 9 into the magic ring. I always like to just double check to make sure I indeed do have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good to go. So you go ahead and close that up by pulling tightly here. And you're going to join with a slip stitch into the first single crochet. That's round 1. To start round 2, you're going to chain, and you're going to 2 single crochet in the same stitch you joined in and in every stitch around. So start off with the 2 single crochet in that first stitch again. There's your first 2, and 2 in every stitch around. So here you should have 18. It's a good idea to double check 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So that way you know you're not missing a stitch, even though you might think you have 2 more to go. You have 18. That's where you want to be at. 2 in each single crochet when you started with 9. So we're going to go ahead and join again in the top of the first single crochet. Join with a slip stitch and chain 1 to start round 3. So now you're going to start building the basket. You're going to single crochet in the front loop only of every stitch around. Here's the front loop of the single crochet, and here's the back loop. And for reference, here's both loops. So we're just going to be going into the front loop only. So you're going to first go in the same stitch you joined in. It's a little bit tricky to get that in there. So that's the front loop only. 1 single crochet in each front loop around. And there you go. Again, if you're not certain where to start or end, just make sure you count 18 and go ahead and join into the top of that first single crochet and chain 1 to start. So now you're moving on to round 4. Rounds 4 through 8 are going to be the exact same thing. You're going to 1 single crochet in the same stitch you joined in and in each stitch around. So basically just 1 single crochet all the way around. It's going to be 18 single crochet. So if you want to keep a little piece of paper and mark off rounds 4 to 8 or stitch counter, or somehow you mark what round you're on because it's easy to forget. I like to just keep a piece of paper and write it down. So here we go on round 4. You had your chain 1 from last round, and you're just going to do 1 simple single crochet in each stitch all the way around. And again, if it helps you to go ahead and start off with a stitch marker so you know where you're joining, it makes it a little bit easier until you're more experienced in knowing where you left off. And then you're going to go ahead and join in the top. And that's round 4. You're going to start round 5, chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, and in each stitch around. Okay, so we're just finishing up round 5 here. And looking for your single crochet in the top, joining with that, and single crochet again in that first stitch. And in each stitch around. Don't forget to keep track of what row you're on. It makes going back and counting a lot harder, so it makes it easier to remember where you are. Okay. You're at the front again here, so you're going to join in that top stitch with a slip stitch, and again chain 1 to start, single crochet in the first, and that was round 6 complete. So now you're starting round 7. Get some more yarn here. So here's an example of if you're not sure if this is the last stitch or if you should join. Sometimes it's hard when you're not working with the stitch marker, which is what I suggest, but usually what I do is I count, because you know you should have 18, so we'll start at the beginning. I usually go by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. So we only have 17, so you do have to go one more here. And then you're going to go ahead and join here. That was 18, so now we're on row 7. Chain 1 to start, single crochet in the next. Now we're up, that was round 7, now we're finishing the last row, round 8. So again, do 1 single crochet in every stitch. To the front again, join with the slip stitch, and there you are. As you can see, it's working up very quick, very nice as it starts to stand up. So that was the end of round 8. So now you're going to work round 9, it's the last row, and instead what you're going to do is, after you have your slip stitch join, you're going to chain 1, and instead of continuing around this way, working as you were in the rounds from going in, you're going to just turn your whole piece around. So now you're working in from the outside, and that's gonna, as you will see, create a little lip and not help it to not kind of cave in on itself. So the pattern here is slip stitch in a stitch and chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, and you're going to repeat that all the way around, and you're starting again as you did the whole time in the same stitch. So you're going to go in the same stitch you joined in and do a slip stitch and then chain 1. Next, working again from the opposite way, slip stitch, chain 1. I like to hold my slip stitch right here and pull through them both at the same time, chain 1. Some people like to go like this in one and then pull it through again the other one, chain 1. I like to just hold it here, that way I don't have to go through 2 times. So slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1. You're working all the way around in that pattern. Slip stitch in the next, chain 1, and then go in the next. Slip stitch, chain 1, and then go in the next. Slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, all the way around. To the last, and then you're gonna just join in that first stitch with a slip, a last slip, and then you're gonna finish off here because that's your last row. So as you can see, it gives it a really cute little edging that helps it to not kind of continue to cave in like it was doing. Very cute little pattern there. So what you're going to do now is just finish off your ends, weave them in. So I want to tuck this one in nicely so it kind of eliminates that part where you joined. So just pull it in and then go ahead and weave it down here so there's no ends showing. Pull that up nice and tight, and then you have your last one down here. Let's thread that on, feed it through. I like to kind of close up the tail a little bit, close up that magic ring, put it through the other side. You could even knot if you want it to be more secure, but I think we're okay here. This is just for a little basket, so I'm going to weave in those ends. And there you have it. These work up so fast. You can make them as a gift. You can have them on any counter in your house. If you like to store your little bottles or different kinds of oils in there. They keep them nice and tidy, perfect for your bedside or anywhere else. So I love to see what you guys make. If you want to go ahead and head on over to my Instagram, I love for you to tag me in your creation so I can see what you guys are up to and what you chose for different patterns and colors. Go ahead and tag me in those so I can check you guys out and comment over there. Thanks for watching.